Well, good morning, everybody. And this Friday is a very special day for me. It's the Joey Miller Day. Don't know him as a famous chef. He is actually my grandson, whom I adore, and a great dining companion. And it's not all recent, but it's over the summer and fun. And it's Joey's taking me, not literally, but picking the places where we've had some fun meals. Good morning, Joe.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing fantastic. You were saying how I'm not a famous chef. I'd say I'm famous to a certain group of people in terms of my cooking ability. I made some Alfredo sauce from scratch last night for a chicken Alfredo. It was fantastic.
I wasn't invited. Thank you.
It was kind of a last minute thing.
The only chef thing I know that you made when I was around was a lamb burger that was delicious.
With feta inside.
But I can't give you credit because I haven't tasted it. So I'll just have to take your word. Okay. I did not know you were Chef Boyardee or me, but I'm glad. In the meantime, we've been dining around, and I guess when you and I were just discussing it, it's the chicken to start with. So I'm going to let you give the chicken descriptions of places we've been, or just you.
Yes, and as opposed to maybe as similar to you, because you like your spice, you like your spicy foods, and I probably get that from you as well. I have been on a bit of a spice kick, and specifically a hot chicken sandwich kick, where I've been trying to find the best hot chicken sandwich around town. Now, I've only tried a very slim selection of places, so if there's anybody watching this who has any suggestions, of course, please comment, and I will check out the comments and try different hot chicken sandwiches. But right now, my two favorites. Yeah, right now my two favorites. It's between Dave's Hot Chicken and Blazing Bird. Now, Dave's Hot Chicken, I'm trying to remember where it is in Denver.
It's on South Broadway.
South Broadway. I know it's on Platt.
No, it is on South Broadway because I drive by it.
I think there's two locations actually, but it's a chain restaurant. It came to Denver recently, and it is fantastic. I believe the rapper Drake owns part of the company, but it's neither here nor there. They have fantastic mac and cheese. It's not like over the top mac and cheese, but it's pretty good mac and cheese, and their spice levels, they have some serious flavor to them. So like once you get to that hot, it's not just hot. It's not hot like everywhere else. It is hot to a point where a lot of people can't handle that hot. And then there's levels above that hot that even I can't handle.
Ugh.
I typically stick around a hot or a medium. And they have stuff on the side like this fantastic kale coleslaw that kind of cools everything down when it's on the sandwich.
Okay, but it's the chicken itself that's so good.
Oh yeah. Something that I really love about that chicken is that the chicken can stay hot, crispy, and juicy, even, maybe 15 minutes after it's been served, or even longer. Typically you'd want to eat it there, maybe not take it out. But it is surprisingly hot and juicy and crispy many minutes after it comes out ready from the fryer. I don't know how they do it, but it is. I was talking to my friends about it when we first tried it, and we don't know how to get chicken like that to stay juicy and crispy every single bite.
Okay, so how does that differ? I have not been to that one. Or Blazing Bird.
Blazing Bird, yeah. I know there's one in Englewood. There's one in Arvada that I go to a lot. That's probably the closest one to me. It has a bunch of different options for how you can consume your spicy fried chicken, in that they have not only your classic hot chicken sandwich. They have, you can put it in a bowl of mac and cheese. You can put it in a burrito. You can put it in really anything. And it's going to be good regardless. I think their mac and cheese is a little bit a step above Dave's Hot Chicken, but the Dave's Hot Chicken has the chicken side of things just slightly above, just because I really like their seasoning that they put on their chicken. Both, they cover their chicken in seasoning, like it is flavor in every single bite. And also I will say another point to Blazing Bird, their sides are fantastic. They have fried pickles, fried jalapenos, a lot of fried stuff that I'm sure that may not agree with you, but
Nope.
me being in my early 20s, I admit I do love my fried foods.
Okay.
They have the best fried Oreos that I've ever had. And I know that's
This
gonna
is my grandson. Okay.
it'll shy you away. It's kind of carnival food, I admit,
Okay.
but it is
Com-
fantastic.
Compare these two to mano mano, which I call Korean fried chicken.
And they would too.
Okay. And I think that's fabulous.
Yeah. So Mano Mano, which is out of New York, I believe, came to Colorado recently. There's one location in Denver, one in Lafayette.
One in
And
Denver's on East Coast.
yeah, and it is a lot different. And I don't want to butcher the name of how they season this chicken, but I believe it's called gochujang,
Yes.
gochujang or something like that. They have fantastic chicken sandwiches. You have to forgive me, that's my dog barking in the distance. But it is kind of messy. It is definitely messy, and
It's only
sometimes,
messy because the dumb restaurant doesn't have knives.
yes, you might have to bring your own knives, bring a little bit of plastic cutlery, so to speak. Their fries, however, are fantastic.
So were there
And I typically, yeah. Oh, and the chicken wings too, as well. I think the chicken wings are better than the chicken sandwich. I'd go for a plate of the chicken wings over the sandwich personally.
Yeah, I like the sandwich too.
And it's rare for me to talk highly about fries, because you can get fries anywhere, and I'm starting to get tired of fries. But it takes a lot to impress me with fries, and they have some pretty solid fries.
Okay, now sticking with chicken, there's two other places.
Mm.
Ginger Pig, which doesn't have chicken sandwiches and is pricier than the other two, as is Post Chicken. So
Yes.
talk about those two, because we have been there together too.
Yeah. So when it comes to fried chicken, those are a bit more, I guess you could say, upper class or mid to upper class, still very affordable, but, more expensive than your casual Dave's or Blazing Birds. The Post has been a staple in the community. Dave Query, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he is just an absolute visionary, a fantastic chef. I love what he does with his menu here and there. It's not really spicy chicken, so you're not going to get that spice level if you're not a huge spice lover, but you're going to get that fantastic fried chicken, definitely like Southern style. And I like what he does with certain things. I think there's like a cherry pepper jam or maybe like a bacon jam that he has on one of his sandwiches, his chicken sandwiches. Even the salads with the fried chicken in it are fantastic.
Okay, excuse me, I do have to tell you, because I don't think you've ever had the opportunity. They do make a hot fried chicken if you order it.
I think I've had it.
Okay.
It's just, yeah, I actually have had it. It is not as
Hot as-
spicy as some of the other ones.
Right, okay.
Or maybe, yeah, but it is pretty good.
Yeah.
I will admit. But one of my favorite things about the Post is the sides, the accoutrements. The one thing that you have to get there, an absolute must, is the biscuits, the cheddar.
They're fab.
They are out of this world with the honey butter. That is my number one thing that I order even before I start thinking about what kind of chicken I want.
Along with different eggs.
and the deviled eggs with like a little sailboat of candied bacon or maybe just regular bacon.
Oh, it's
That's actually where I got my inspiration. When I make my own deviled eggs, I like to have a little sailboat of and I think they actually do it with like pork belly or something like that, or something fancier than whatever bacon I use from the grocery store. And then one of my favorite sides with the meal is the green chili mac and cheese with the little
somebody
breading on.
would think you were addicted to mac and cheese.
Well, you've known me since I was a little kid.
Born.
I've been a huge fan of mac and cheese. It's one of my favorite mac and cheeses was when I was 5, and you took me to this restaurant. I forget which, the Wolfgang Puck. Fantastic man. Made
Yes.
me mac and cheese, and the fact that I remember this happened when I was 5, and I'm 23 now, and I still remember that specific mac and cheese very funny. That just is
Wolf
a
will
testament
appreciate.
to the kind of, yeah, that's a testament to the kind of cook that Wolfgang is.
Oh, absolutely. And
I have to get
ginger.
him to make that for me again.
Oh,
one of
yeah.
these-
We have to go see him. He doesn't get
yeah,
it. And Ginger Pig is another place with the
Ginger Pig,
fried
I would
chicken.
say right now is my favorite restaurant. It's, and I've talked about this before on your show. She the owner, Natasha Sherman Hess, fantastic woman who has worked her butt off to get to where she is, from a food truck to a restaurant. She has started to gain notoriety in the Denver food community, and for good reason, because she spent months living in China learning all about the spices and how to fry certain things. And one of my favorite things, I think my favorite thing to get there, that she just recently, a couple months ago, added back to the menu that she hadn't had since the food truck, was the Chinese fried chicken. She's had Japanese fried chicken and Korean fried chicken, which is a bit less spicy. But Chinese fried chicken is a different kind of spice. She uses Szechuan peppercorns, fresh Szechuan peppercorns, which kind of add a little bit of tingle to your tongue, a little bit of a numbing effect. The Szechuan peppercorn berries are intended to ward off predators by numbing their tongues. I did a little bit of research with that, but it is such a fantastic and unique effect that goes along with the fresh rice, the cucumber that's in that kind of spicy vinegar kind of thing with the sesame seeds. And props to you if you can eat it with chopsticks. I always try. So
I don't think I would try, but that's okay. They do have forks, just so people know. And that one's over on Lowell Boulevard.
yeah, I believe it's off Federal, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it's actually off Federal. It's on Lowell.
Yes.
But okay, so we've talked about all of those. Post is in several locations if people want to know, because we're doing sort of places people could go. And then at Goosetown Tavern, you haven't done the chicken, but I have done Jeff Osaka's sandwich, which is at Open, which is the name of the place, at Goosetown. And that chicken sandwich is the Japanese fried, delicious one too. But talk about what you've had.
I definitely have to try that next time we go to Open. But
I'm ready. I could go right now.
I'm trying to think or describe this sandwich. It had beef in it. It was not like a solid beef. It was kind of maybe like a shredded beef. It was
And
almost like a French dip, but I hesitate to call it that
but
because
it
it had,
wasn't, I think it was Oriental as
yeah,
well.
oh yeah, it had some Asian influence to it, a little bit of fusion, kind of like a banh mi almost.
Right.
It reminded me, but it had this kind of au jus dipping sauce that is fantastic. It really livens up the whole appeal to the dish. And if I'm not mistaken, they have some pretty good sides too. Their chips are quite delicious.
Habits.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, their breads on their sandwiches are not, I mean, everybody we've talked about has good bread, but
Yeah.
their breads are really delicious to add to the sandwich.
Absolutely. And that's really the base to any good sandwich. I'd say the artisan bread kind of craze right now, and it reminds me of another sandwich place that just popped into my mind, a very similar thing to open, which is closer to Boulder, if you're closer to that area than you are Denver. A place called Daikon. It's a banh mi shop, and I believe it's also a chain. But one of my favorite places to go, it's on 28th Street in Boulder, and it's all these fresh vegetables along with these pickled vegetables. It's a very colorful, bright flavored sandwich with like this 48-hour smoked brisket or pulled pork, and you got a little bit of fish sauce on there to give it a little bit of tang or what have you. They have a bunch of different options, like with fresh ginger and all that stuff to really liven it up, and they have options for bowls to have the same kind of meat in a bowl. I just really love banh mi though. So
I know, I do too. It's good.
yeah.
I have not been there. And Goosetown Tavern is on East Colfax and Adams, if anybody, as long as we're doing addresses. Well, just to change the feeling for a couple of minutes before we leave, we have been to Jack's on Pearl together, and I think that's worth talking about.
Yes. We had an early birthday meal for me at Jack's on Pearl, and it was absolutely fantastic. We had it takeout, and it is a testament to a steakhouse to have it be just as good at home. I mean, I cut into that steak. It was a perfect medium rare to my liking.
I could not believe it. And it was my fault because I had gotten ill and Joey picks up dinner. I was appalled. I had eaten in, but I was appalled about how good it was.
Yeah. But and you talk about bread. One of my favorite things about them is this fantastic sourdough boule. Personally, my favorite type of bread with this. I forget what's in the butter.
Garlic.
Garlic, yes.
Of garlic.
They have like, yeah. Garlic's one of my favorite things as well. And to have that with this warm, fresh sourdough boule is just fantastic and very filling. So definitely share it if you're going. I
do believe you had mac and cheese as well.
And mac and cheese, yes. I loaded up on carbs that day. And the mac and cheese was also just out of this world. I'd say, and I'm trying to remember what you had.
I had the burger, which was, it came perfect as well.
Yeah, and that's really hard to do too, to have a fresh burger keep for the amount of time it took me to get from Jack's to your apartment where we ate the meal, and to cut into that and to have that perfect pink inside and still be warm and fresh and not soggy and limp. It was fantastic. Even the fries were crispy. So
good for them.
It's quite impressive.
So are we missing anything, or have we covered the chicken territory? And for people who know me, Joey has been in and out of town. So now that he's back and around, I guess we have to go in. Maybe we should find something new to go in search of.
Yes.
There's nothing more popular than chicken.
Yeah, and if, like I said, if you have any recommendations, especially for hot chicken sandwiches, because I'm still on a quest for the perfect hot chicken sandwich. I think the best hot chicken sandwich I've had was in Nashville, of course, but it is at a place called Hattie B's, very famous, but I'm sure there's better. I'm still young and trying to get out there to get bunch of hot chicken sandwiches. But if you have any recommendations, please drop it in the comments. We will try whatever new places you have and probably discuss it the next time on your show.
And I get to go try them with you, I bet. And I guess, so people know, we hope you like and subscribe, and you can get to the Gabb on YouTube, and you'll find the show on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So comment to us on any old place.
Yep, I'll be checking the comments on all three. So
good, because I won't.
Yes.
But everybody needs a job. Anyway, well, any other summer thoughts before we leave, or something special we've missed?
All I can say is wear your sunscreen. It's getting pretty dang hot.
I wear my sunscreen every day.
Yes.
And we might say go Avs tonight.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Go Avalanche as they head into game 5 tonight. They're up 3-1 over the Tampa Bay Lightning. It'd be fantastic to see them win
Wouldn't
at
that be
home
fabulous?
at Ball Arena tonight. And hopefully we'll expect a parade after, fingers crossed, knock on wood, wherever you are. Just root on those Avs, wear your red and blue today.
No, I think they said it was maroon, but I'd wear either or.
Oh, maroon. Yes, that's right.
And just go for them. It would be very, very, and we have better ice, because the
Yeah.
ice there in Tampa was disgusting.
Yeah.
Said the sports authority, me, I'm nothing. But as an authority, I love you dearly, my grandson, Joey Miller. Tell people, is there a place you want them to find you and follow you?
They can find me on most platforms at the Joey Miller, Instagram, Twitter. Those are my main socials. If you want to follow me, I'm less into the food and more into the sports right now. But if you're into that, that's why I was talking about the abs right then and there. But I'm around. So if you want to message me or have a good recommendation for us to go, I respond to my DMs probably more than Gabby does.
Why
So.
do that? Okay. And if you ever see a short, blondish lady with a very tall person who's much younger, that's Joey. So we look forward to seeing you, and you were great. Thanks for taking the time, Joey.
Thank you. Of course, anytime.
Much love. Talk to you later. And everybody else, go Avs. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.